Hey there. I'm getting ready to show you one of the most important AI agent projects I've ever completed in my life. And this is a project that is from my brand new AI bootcamp. I'm going to pull off the shelf Clinic 3, the project that I go through there in that bootcamp, so I can show you why it's so powerful and what it's done for some of my students to help them get generative AI data science jobs. And so this one is from Clinic 3. It's my marketing analytics team. It's a team of AI agents that replicate a full end-to-end marketing analytics project. And I'm going to show you why it's important. So before I dive into it, so this is the application, and I'm going to show you guys this here in a second. Some of the really cool stuff, like the customer segmentation agents that are in here, the SQL agents, all of that stuff. But before we dive into that, I want to talk with you about why this is important on a business level. So this is why almost I will say 99% of data scientists, they don't know how to do this, and this is what every single company wants right now. So let's dive into it. So how this application works is there's a business intelligence agent, a product expert agent, a marketing email writer agent, and a customer segmentation analyst agent. And it completes a full marketing process. It uses this thing called a supervisor, and that manages all of these different sub agents, and it allows us to do different work. Like we can ask one of the agents to show us what tables are in a SQL database, okay? Or we can ask the agents to show us what a specific table looks like this leads scored table. And then we can also ask the same application what the customer segmentations, the segments look like in the leads scored table. And then it gives us an exact, basically like everything I used to do for a company, it gives them. And the advantage here is that it takes less time and less labor hours and all of the stuff that goes into it, potentially errors and all that stuff. It automates all of this, okay? So this is really cool. It gives a full report, like on a customer segmentation level. It tells us what segments are in the data. It tells us what to do by segment to market to these people and so on. So I'll show you more of this app, but in the meantime, I kind of want to show you some of the code behind the app. So here's the code base that is running this application. And if you're not used to a multi-agent workflow, this is going to be a very informational next couple of minutes for you, because this is not just a single AI agent, it's a bunch of AI agents that are all working together. So behind the scenes, I have the server that's running. It's running a Streamlit application. So that's this thing. And every time I ask questions, it's going to run the application. But what's it running? Well, it turns out that there's an application file in here, and this is what the code looks like for that application. It's actually not that much code. It's only, we'll say, 228 lines of code to build this application. But the key here is it's importing this thing called a marketing analytics team, which is built by these built by the software called LangChain and LangGraph. Okay, these are the tools that you need to learn if you want to build AI agents, and it's also what I teach in my boot camp. And I have a upcoming workshop that I'll teach you more about these tools. But to dive into it, this marketing analytics team is the critical component that allows us to basically run these agents behind the scenes and orchestrate everything. Okay, so where is that marketing analytics team? Well, it lives up here. It's an actual Python module that contains subfolders called agents. It contains a file called teams. So you see here we're pulling from teams, make marketing analytics team. And then if I go into that teams folder, this is where we pull in the customer segmentation agent, the business intelligence agent, the marketing email writer agent, and all of the sub agents, and the supervisor agent, and we build them into a team. Okay, so that's what we're doing in here in this make marketing analytics team. It's building this team for us. It's creating a supervisor. It's creating some sub agents. It's creating a LangGraph to like actually combine all of these agents and to track the state between all of the agents as they communicate with one another. It has different nodes in it for supervisors, for product experts, etc. And it ties them all together in this thing called a LangGraph. All right, and that's what it produces at the end is an application. It's not an app like a Streamlit app, but it's an actual app like some code that runs and it returns the agent's results. Okay, so let's take a look too about some at some of these sub agents. So these sub agents are the critical components of our team. So every company is going to have, a multifaceted workflow that they want to be automated, or they want it to work faster and get fewer errors or something like that. So what we have to decide as generative AI data scientists is does the AI fit in? Where does the machine learning fit in? Okay. So our machine learning is all done by traditional machine learning code, but then what we do is we layer on segmentation agents or lead scoring agents or agents on top of the analysis that we would do. And the agents are great at taking the data, summarizing it, and then being able to quickly iterate on that data to give us insights, to give us the marketing implications. And that's what's happening over here. If you see this customer segmentation analyst agent was run when I asked what segments are in the lead scored table, and it gives me a response with all the segment insights, the things that we need to do to target them. It even has these cool plots where we can drill into different segments and kind of see different attributes about these segments and why that they were characterized as, say, low value leads or highly engaged prospects or top frequent buyers, and what we can do in order to market to them. Okay. So what we're doing is we're combining AI and generative AI and agents and multi-agent workflows with machine learning and data science. And allows us to bridge the gap between the two. And this is why it's really powerful. And this is why, honestly, it's a good idea for you to attend the upcoming workshop and new course launch for the brand new AI Bootcamp, because I'm going to teach you a lot more about how these things work and why it's important to you. In fact, inside of my bootcamp, this is actually Clinic 3. It's like a 3-hour training session where I actually teach you from the ground up how to build all of these agents and how to do the machine learning. Like, for example, we have machine learning in here. We're going to be using scikit-learn and k-means clustering on our customer segmentation data. We're going to be interfacing with a database that contains all of our lead scored data. And we're going to be building the agents that actually run on top and do the segmentations for us. And this is very cool because then once we have the segmentations done, what we can do is we can have the business intelligence agent be able to find the top 20 high value buyers from, say, segment 2, and we can then market to them a product that they don't currently have. Okay, so for example, I'm running the agents right now. You can see behind the scenes, if I scroll down here, our supervisor's running, it's connecting up with the business intelligence agent. It's now processing the data, and it's going to find those top 20 value buyers from the customer segment that I want to take a look at. Okay, so it'll show up here in just a few seconds once it's finished up doing the pre-processing, the routing, and all of that stuff. Okay, so that's how this all works. And this is going to be a very informational session. It's on November 25th, Tuesday. And we're going to be going through exactly how to build and how to learn what skills you need to do in order to be able to become a generative AI data scientist in 2026. Even if you don't know data science, even if you don't know AI, even if you don't know Python and all of that stuff. Okay. All right, looks like it's finishing up here. It's actually summarizing the results, and we should see there we got some output here. It's kicking this over to the supervisor, and then we will get a response here. Okay, so we just got the top 20. Let's check out the SQL query that it produced. These are the top 20 leads scored that are not in, that do not have product ID 31. And we can see here it's Clyda O'Connor and so on. These are the leads scored, and these people all do not have Learning Labs Pro product. And then what we can do is we can actually market to them. That's what this app is really powerful. It's able to increase the ROI, so we can have the product expert collect information on the product we want to sell to them, which is Learning Labs Pro. And then we have the marketing email writer be able to then target this list here that I just produced. So let's check this out. So this, what's running behind the hood, we've got the supervisor. It just analyzed that question. It's kicking it over to the product expert to collect information on the product we want to sell. This list, which is going to be Learning Labs Pro, a product that I've created at Business Science. And we're going to target these people, and we're going to then craft an email to sell that product to them. Okay. So now the product expert has collected the information. Now the supervisor is kicking it over to the marketing email writer. The marketing email writer is now formulating an email that's going to be persuasive. Okay. It looks like it's just finished up. Let's check it out. This is what happened. The product expert found information on the product that we want to sell. The marketing email writer has now figured out these are the 20 people that we're going to sell. We're going to send an email to. This is the title of the email, and this is what we're going to do. It integrates information on Learning Labs Pro. So we're going to sell them Learning Labs Pro, why invest in Learning Labs Pro, career advancement, continuous learning, taking action, increased salary potential, and so on. And it ties in the features from the product into how it helps in career advancement. For example, 1 hour monthly projects that cover advanced topics. This is what they get, the customers would get. And then the practical hands-on labs help you build a portfolio. So they know that they want a portfolio. Okay. So that's how this AI works. And that is why it's so important to learn generative AI in this new golden age 2.0 for data scientists. So becoming a generative AI data scientist in 2026, if that's in your wheelhouse, if that's what you want to do and you're excited about that, then attend my workshop on November 25th. It's Tuesday. We're going to teach you how to get a generative AI data science job using these exact skills, even if you've never learned data science, even if you don't know AI, even if you don't know Python, even if you are just starting out or wherever you are in your journey. I'm going to help you do it. So attend the event, and I will see you soon. All right. Bye-bye.